Asgardian Crystal Bundle is all kinds of wrong. The Glory Store and AQ is getting a buff in 8.5. Odin Arena results are in and they're actually better than you might think. And fan-made Weapon H Immortal. Hello everybody, welcome to Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. Happy Holly to everybody that celebrates that. And we've got some stories to talk about in Marvel Contest of Champions. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe with post notifications on all. It massively supports the channel and helps with that pesky algorithm. Also, just to let you know, myself and Dan are back with the Contest Round podcast, episode 55. Do bear in mind, a lot of spicy stuff will drop towards the end of the week, and you really won't want to miss episode 56 on Sunday. Also, like we did with WandaVision, we're also doing a backdated episode review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So we talk about episode 1. I know people have seen episode 2. The next week we'll talk about episode 2. It just means that it won't have spoilers. Say that if you are unable to see it in the first 3 days, at least you can then, listen into the podcast and watch over on YouTube. Also, just want to give a little love to those that support the channel through YouTube membership and as well Patreon. Thank you so much to these people on screen right now. Incredibly generous people. Thank you so much. And also those that support over and watch at twitch.tv/RichTheMan live, where I do most of my live streaming, and as well those that give the free Prime Gaming. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can give a free Twitch sub. Also those that give tier 1 subs, gifted subs and donations and bits. Thank you so much for that support. But yeah, without further ado, let's talk about some stuff that's going around in the community. First of all, I've seen a lot of people and experienced this myself when it comes to getting into an AQ based fight, having the connection just not connect. The same thing with Alliance Wars, but more so with Alliance Quest, where you're like, okay, so the connection problem comes up, and then you're like, my Wi-Fi is fine, my internet connection is fine. But when you had to go, well, I can't be waiting in a rotating wheel for ages, you then would restart the app. After restarting the app, you'll come back in and find that your champions are half health. This is not ideal, and this is not a good situation. Some people are reporting this is map 5. I've definitely heard of situations as being in other maps and difficulties as well. I've seen some people come up with suggestions about like restarting your app prior to doing any kind of fight, and I just don't think that's particularly good, especially if you've got to do upwards of 4 fights right at the very start of AQ, or maybe up to 4, 5, maybe even 6. For whatever reason, it would mean that you would have to restart your device, or not restart the game, after every single fight you do, or just before you start a new fight, which isn't ideal and is just incredibly frustrating. But it's still something Kabam should look to address, especially with that game hit fight game freeze problem, which look, this is part of, and it still hasn't been resolved. Now, I was thinking of covering this last Friday, but it's something I thought is probably best for Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday. Good news, everybody. Good news. There's changes to linked nodes. Kabam have identified about the slowing process that it takes to get stuff done, and to give players a chance to make more of an impact on the map without waiting for others. All linked nodes that do not connect to a mini-boss or final boss have been removed from the map. Any paths that were not previously linked to a boss will now have linked nodes added to them. I know some people use this as an advantage towards the latter maps, but I think this is incredibly good news for a lot more players, especially with the changes to some things with maps 1 to map 4, if you do indeed do them, but more so for like higher up with map 5 going all the way down to map 6, and indeed some little changes to map 7. But I know some people are going to really enjoy this, especially because it does allow less pressure to then have somebody move. Like, hey, could you move? Oh, gotta move. Oh, you gotta move. It's now a case of like there's less instruction about people moving, which is good. Less pings and kind of like less noise when it comes to those that use the lineup, and as well the in-game system of your alliance needs you. But I think one of the most crucial changes is the Glory Store. For Thronebreakers, Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increases from 30% to 50%, so half of a Tier 2 Alpha. Excellent, we definitely need that. Does it solve the Tier 2 Alpha problem? Debatable, but I want to say at least it goes a little bit further to grab yourself with the purchase more that you would require, or more that you would be able to get your hands on. Tier 5 class catalysts, a very, very good change. 2,700 glory spend, now down to 1,500. That is nearly a saving of half, which again is brilliant. It gets you closer. It does add more for those that are competitive with AQ, and this is something that interests me as well, especially with the comparison of next season. I'm going to be going to a solely map AQ based alliance, which is our sister alliance, and this is just to kind of like to kind of take away the alliance war situation and kind of go like, look, for this ongoing, can AQ side of things be more lucrative for me than the alliance war? I'm going to be doing a video on this to kind of go like, is it worth giving up alliance war seasons to then go and do something else and find if I can grab the extra amount of shards that I require for more of a minimum amount of effort. More on that next month on a bit of a deep dive. But this is also good for those that are uncollected in Cavalier, with Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increased from 30% to 40%. This cost remains the same. Tier 5 Basic purchase from 10% to 15%. A few little improvements there for those that are uncollected in Cavalier, but I'm sure that if you are Cavalier, you'd be wanting to push into yourself the Thronebreaker to grab the better stuff. And likewise with uncollected, I think you're kind of like this is very good for you. But if you are Cavalier, I'm sure you'll want to push higher than that. Here's what pre-uncollected Greater Glory Crystal removed from store. Well, replaced with a full Tier 4 class catalyst. That's good. That's good. That gives players a better opportunity to grab that Tier 4 class catalyst. Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increased from 5% to 10%. The cost remains, again, like really good changes. A lot less from below. I think Thronebreaker gets a really good kind of like deal from this change. So yeah, excellent, love it. Okay, now let's talk about the Asgardian Bundle. So I think for a lot of players, they were looking at the store thinking, ooh, look at them deals for 4,000 units. Let's see what we get. So, oh, yes. I think yeah, a lot of people were looking at it like, that ain't too good, man. That ain't too good. 4,000. Okay, so 4,000 units. All seriousness, 4,000 units for the Asgardian Bundle. Guarantees a 6-star version of one of the following champions: Hulk, Ragnarok, good champion. Star-Lord, Thor, okay. Angela, yeah, it's Heimdall, synergies. Gamora, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Black Widow, Hela, synergies. Thor, Jane Foster, Loki, Thor Ragnarok, Prestige, Rocket, Iron Man. It's a funny old crystal, and it's not even a Nexus. But I think everybody was very surprised. I mean, some of the reactions makes you realise how weak the Asgardians are in game. You know, it's a bad offer when the best champ is either Gladiator, Hulk, or Angela. Possibly hints to the variant 7 being Asgardian. It's not. It's not. If you follow the scheme of like of how it drops down, it's not. How is Doctor Strange Asgardian? That's a bit of a yeah. I love me a 6-star OG Thor, just not 4K units. Love. Yeah. I think it's unanimous. The more that you go down with the feedback, is the more that you kind of go like, yeah, that's not a spicier deal. I'm surprised as well not to see like Korg in amongst this, which I thought that I have like because through proxy, because this is the movie version of Korg in, that it kind of like would fit that narrative. You know, it's just a very it's a very on the dodge deal. Don't know where that came from. As well, the very specific Asgardian rank up gem. And as well, not to have Odin amongst it. I know it's probably a case of going, these are things that are in the basic, but then it doesn't explain, you know, why Korg wouldn't be among it. But yeah, like the Asgardian rank up gem, like, I guess it's meant to go over there, K, but it's not a good deal. We got to talk about more deals as well. But in any case, moving on. What are your thoughts on this one? Put it in the comment section down below about this Asgardian crystal. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get anything good? Probably not, because there's a lot of things to dodge here. Next up, and Nick Koss is back with another fantastic build. We've got Weapon H Immortal at it, smacking up Marvel Realm version of Apocalypse. And look the power that Weapon H has. The backgrounds are amazing. Look, got Surtur in the background. Well done to Nick. He's doing an amazing job putting together these builds, especially like because you got Professor X Onslaught. Wow, that's impressive to have that built. But as well, like doing all these kind of like smacking down and things. Yeah, Nick does an amazing job, and you should go and support Nick. As well, he's got the ending scene as well on the fights. Yeah, shout out to Nick Koss. Go and check it out, link in the description. Also, that anti-venom looks sick. And finally, we must end as we normally do with arena predictions and results. Well, my predictions seem to do well for a change, so I'll take that. So it looks like I got the Odin prediction right. Also, it looks like I went a bit overkill with the 4-star version of Odin, and as well a little bit overkill with the Magneto 4-star, but still, anybody that followed my predictions got the bag. Well done. And all predictions, as normal, are down below to check out, and they are based on the results, which we'll go over now. First of all, shout out to Yazza for sending this through, and I don't know if Yazza has the account of Mario, but respect to Mario, 281 position with 66,500,000. So yeah, that's 70 mil that I predicted. Yes, a little bit over than that, but look, it's securing you the champ, and that's the main thing. So that's why for round 2 I've gone the same, 70 mil to be safe. Now shout out to my Discord and as well the arena results tab. So in there you can submit your images, which is great because it means we can do this and give an accurate kind of description of what the club's going to be. Mr. Worldwide puts up 10.8 mil, gets position 600. I've also seen reports of 10.5 mil being enough to grab the champion. Full results will probably be on Marvel True Cost later on today, so make sure you go and check that out. And finally, when it comes to the 4-star Magneto, Herganov has kind of, I'd say that right, Herganov has put down 1.5 mil and picked himself up a Magneto. So yeah, round 2 I've gone with, as you've seen in the predictions a moment ago, 1.7 mil. It just covers 1.6 and maybe some fallout from the 1.6 to 1.7 type threshold. And there we go. That's been Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Also hit the like button if you haven't already. Check out some stuff recently posted there. It might be a second video today. If not, I might be setting up the new setup soon. I don't know. Maybe. Thanks for watching. We'll be streaming later on. Bye bye.